Hi.
For Teacher Appreciation Week, we decided to ask our students to give a shout out or show appreciation for teachers who've made a difference in their time at Bogota. We'd like to once again thank you for our teachers and staff for going above and beyond to ensure we are happy, healthy, and learning each day at Bogota High School. Thank you.
Appreciation towards Miss Aguas Vivas. You know, she's a very chill teacher, fun to talk to, you know what I'm saying? It's nice all around.
I would like to give a shout out to Miss Alvarez for being a very caring person and always being there for all the students.
Shout out to Miss Amana. Thank you for always looking out for us, and thank you for your wit. Our days would be nothing without it. Thank you for always finding a way to relate to us when we're having a problem, and you're amazing.
My favorite teacher is Coach Appleton because he's just the man.
Shout out to Miss Anthropo. I'm thankful for it because every time I had a bad understanding of a problem, she would help me understand it so that I will get it right the next time.
Shout out to Miss B. You know, you always been there, so I would be saying a lot more, but you know I got a time limit. So Miss B, when you come back, you're gonna get a big hug from everybody.
I give a shout out to Miss Benedict. She's always been an amazing teacher and she's really funny. I'm always excited when I go to her class because she always tells us cool stories and she's just a great teacher in general.
I also want to shout out Mr. Clark for being an amazing athletic director, the best.
Miss Corso, you know, she's just the best English teacher in the department. Sorry, but yeah, we love her.
Joyce, you're a good teacher. The time that I did have you taught me a lot. You're really helpful. Personally, you're one of my favorite math teachers.
Shout out to Mr. Chensky for never making me feel bad for asking a question.
I want to thank Ms. Dela Garza for bringing dance to our school. She's giving a lot of kids an opportunity to express themselves through the art of dance.
I just want to shout out Drew Bo. Thank you for everything that you do for us.
We really appreciate all the hard work you always put in for us, and we cannot wait for you to come back. 1, 2, 3.
We love you!
I would like to give a shout out to Miss Horn, you know. Her classroom was always so relaxed, so laid back. Any problems you had, you go to her, talk it out, you know, relax on the beanbag. So shout out to Miss Fong for having a chill classroom, you know.
All I gotta say is big shout out to Miss Fry. She's like a mother to me. Since last year, I go to extra help every day. She helps me get me through things. She's one of the best teachers I think I've ever. Watch out. Great teacher overall. Great person to talk to. Good soul. Love you, Miss Fry.
I'd like to shout out Miss Shiyama for being an amazing teacher and being so kind to me and my friends. And I hope she has an amazing last year teaching because she's retiring. And
Out to Miss Gonzalez, a brand new history teacher. I find her really amazing.
I appreciate Miss Goodman. She's the best sub at our school. So thank you, Miss Goodman.
The teacher I'm appreciating is Mr. Gaffney simply because he's the chillest teacher in the entire school for no good reason. Favorite teacher.
I want to say thank you to Miss Brown for always being there.
And just making us smarter in math, just the way she teaches is just overall great.
Mrs. Han has always been the kind of teacher who has been there for me, and she has always shown me that kind of side where when you're in the school environment, you know there's someone to talk to, and honestly I've always went to Mrs. Han for that, and she has helped me a lot. She's given me advice. She's been there for me when I was my lowest, and honestly I want to give her the best shout out ever because without her, I don't know. I think I would be a mess.
Time to shout out Miss Henriquez because I really do appreciate her as my teacher. She makes class so much fun and I've never had that much fun in a class before, and she's really just a great teacher in general.
I would like to shout out Miss H, aka Miss Raboski, best teacher in the whole school. Does everything. Teach, take care of the kids, name it. She does it all.
Thank you, Mrs. Hughes, for providing us with such a nice library.
I want to shout out to Mr. Hughes, not only a great teacher, also a great person. Thank you for everything you do.
Shout out to Ms. Jones being the best aide out there.
Thank you, Ms. Carr, for teaching me a lot about science this year.
Thank you, Ms. King, for being a great teacher.
Thank you, Ms. King, for helping me improve my writing.
Ms. Coleman, she's the best teacher, and I really appreciate it.
Favorite teacher is Mr. K because I feel like he doesn't just treat us as students, he also treats us like friends, and I feel like I can talk to him about anything. So that's a trait that most teachers should have. So yeah.
Kutaro because one, even though he is a new teacher, it's still
he's still worth the appreciation. So, and he's a cool dude. He teaches. He's really good at engineering. He tries to get all the students to think like engineers, which is a really good trait of his. So, yeah, shout out to Mr. Gutaro.
Shout out to Mr. Mandel. Thank you for everything you've done. You've been not only a teacher, but a best friend for most of the students. Helped us with our English and with our life lessons. We really appreciate you. And thank you so much for always being there for us when we need you the most, through our ups and downs, through our emotional times, and through our high school times. You're the best teacher. Y muchas gracias por todo lo que hiciste por nosotros. Nosotros te amamos. Tú eres un profesor maravilloso. Y muchas gracias.
Shout out to Miss Lynch. She's very personalized with the class. Like she goes to every kid individually and makes sure they're learning like what they have to do. And for that reason, I've learned a lot in her class, so that's why I want to give a shout out to her.
Shout out Miss Martinez for being a great Spanish teacher. I really enjoyed the 2 years you taught me Spanish.
Yeah. I'd like to shout out Mr. McGann for being the best music teacher I've ever had and ever will have.
Shout out Miss Manier for being the best teacher, best coach, and the best mom outside of home. You're the best.
I just want to give a shout out to Dr. Murphy, who always helps out her classes, be hands-on, and she just makes the class fun overall.
Okay, shout out to Mr. O'Boyle, coolest art teacher ever, for letting me come and do projects that are not just boring art projects, they're actually fun. Yeah.
Shout out to Miss S because she's an amazing teacher and she makes our class really enjoyable.
I'd like to give a shout out to Ms. Reyes and Ms. Hassan, and I want to thank them for doing everything that they do for us, especially Ms. Reyes.
First off, I'd like to shout out Mr. Rock, amazing man, great teacher.
I just want to give a shout out to Mr. Sterling. You know, he always helps us in math class. He always helps us review the tests. Because of that, I always pass his class. So shout out Mr. Sterling, best teacher ever.
Shout out Mr. Severino.
Shout out to Mr. Veron for being such a good history teacher and being probably the chillest.
I want to give a big shout out to Miss Amana, Mr. Russo, Mr. Vidable, and Miss Inez for working hard and for caring for each and every one of their students.
Officer Frank. So what last night? But I wrote it down so I won't lose track. Officer Frank, since you joined the school, you're there for everybody who needs it. So for that, thank you. Thank you for being there when someone needs it the most.
Teacher we appreciate is Miss Yarza because
she's really laid back and she's always willing to help us no matter what.
And she's really chill and a good teacher.
I'd like to give a shout out to Miss Monica for being such a good internship teacher and teaching me many things about physical therapy.
I also appreciate Mr. Cohn for her enthusiasm and always caring about her students to the fullest.
So we just want to give a big shout out and a big thank you to the tech department for mentoring us and teaching us so much stuff that we didn't know and just being awesome teachers and stuff, you know.
I'm really thankful for them. Honestly, I had a really good time. This is my first year in this school, and I can proudly say that I made a lot of memories here.
I'd just like to thank them for giving me the opportunity to intern with them and for all the nice memories that we've had with them and all the learning experiences that we've had with them. So I would like to give a really big thank you.
I want to give a shout out to Miss A and Miss D. Thanks for all your help.
Shout out to Miss H and Miss D for helping out the class.
I want to thank Mrs. P and Mr. Hugh for everything they do in the school.
I want to give a shout out to all the lunch aides for looking out after us and helping us during lunch.
I want to appreciate Mr. Hughes' son, who always helps me in algebra class.
So, Ms. Fontanella is the wonderful teacher.
Shout out to Miss Sabrina
for helping us in the classroom. And yeah.
I want to give a shout out to the nurse.
I want to give a shout out to Ms. Reyes, Ms. DiCongilio, and the nurse.
I'd like to give a shout out to our special service staff, Ms. Connolly, Ms. Hassan, Ms. Wilson, and Ms. Granquist, and all of our child service team members.
Shout out to all the cafeteria staff. Thank you for all that you do for the Bogota High School students. You always be blessing me with mad chicken nuggets.
I want to give a big shout out to all of our custodians who help keep this school clean and spotless and sacrifice their life during the pandemic to making sure that this school stays sanitized.
Shout out to our administration and everyone in the main office, Ms. DiCongilio, Dr. Lash, Ms. Maritza, Ms. Becky. Thank you for all you do for our students.
congratulations to her for that. She did a wonderful job, right? Yep. Very talented.